Welcome to the High Yield Rally, the opening round of the FIA Baja World Cup. Less than 3 weeks have passed since the Dakar found its champions, and some of the rally greats have kept their teams together here in High Yield for the Middle East Baja World Cup.
For us in Saudi Arabia, it's the capital of rallies. It's the first raid rally, cross-country rally in Saudi Arabia. The scenery, the terrains, the people, everything about rally, it's nice. The people here are very friendly, very generous, and we are very proud to have a region that supports us. It helps us with the organization and with all what we need to organize an international rally in very high standards.
It's a very strong field with a 26-car entry, including 5 times Dakar winner Nasser Al-Attiyah. As well as classes T1, 2, 3 and 4, there are of course the bikes as well. It's time to go racing. A prologue of just 4 kilometres saw bike times multiplied by a coefficient of 8 to give effective gaps. Alex McGuinness started strongly last time here in High Yield before crashing and breaking his arm. He dialed in some caution to the prologue, 5th home. Al-Wajiri, the quad battle, was raging with him. Brought his Yamaha Raptor 700 home second in class, but 4th in the mixed competition with the bikes. Very slippery surface, like ice skating, he said. He won the Saudi quads title in 22. Al-Balushi, after a spectacular end to last season, just missed out on the FIM title in Dubai. He begins here in confident mood, looking to emulate his brother Sultan, who won back-to-back High Yield Rally titles. Could he do it?
It's same for everybody. Today is very easy to lose a lot than gain. So tomorrow actually the rally starts. So everybody should need to calm down and enjoy the beginning of the rally.
What's the strategy for tomorrow's?
Push. Yeah. Let's go full gas tomorrow.
Full gas!
Abdulaziz Ali is leading the quads today. The slick surface held no fear for the Emirati. There was only one rider quicker. Early days and a clear challenger. Abdul Aishe had a wonder day. Considering the distraction of battery problems before the start, the KTM man slid home to take a coefficient-enhanced lead of 32 seconds into Friday's full day. Skating over that surface brilliantly. Remember, all the times for the bikes were multiplied by 8 to give starting gaps for Friday. Jordan's Abu Aishe leading by 32 seconds. Yasser Saidan is a fighter. An accident in 2021 saw him out for 8 months, but he's back. His ambition is to win all classes in the cars. Battling T3 here, a good start, 6th today.
It was nice, funny, slippery, but I really enjoyed it. Twisty, narrow, different type, short stage, but it's very nice.
Well, over such a short distance, there was always likely to be a mix of classes at the top of the order. The smaller T3s loved the unstable surface. Mashri Al-Terfiri dropped only 14 seconds on the winner to finish 5th. Well, 2nd in class and 4th overall, delighted to finish ahead of South American rival Fernando Alvarez, the defending FIA World Cup Baja T3 champion and last year's T3 winner in High Yield. Sousa is from Brazil and his rider lives in Argentina. Still a long way to go. Sousa happy. Well, another Brazilian making it a Sousa salsa, Cristiano de Sousa Batista. Well, seeing a T4 vehicle on the day's podium raised a few eyebrows, but this man, don't forget, won the World Cup last season. Abdul Al-Zaif was the only Saudi driver to finish this year's Dakar rally, and he's absolutely steaming, the T3 leader, giving away only to one man. I think you know who that might be. Nasser Al-Attiyah was always favourite to win the day. Fresh from his 5th Dakar title, the Qatari superstar always puts on a show. It was no different, even over such a short test. Nasser posting a 12-second gap over the field and set fair for a big performance here in High Yield. It was quite a show.
Today's was really good, you know, and short stage, but very, very slippery and tricky in some point. But I think we did a good job.
Certainly did. Check this out. NASA in charge. Let's meet Dania Akil, last year's runner-up in the T3 prototype Baja World Cup. A cautious start in today's prologue, but ready to race.
My name is Dania Akil. I am a rally driver here from Saudi. I have done the Baja World Cup for 2 seasons now. Last year I finished in second, and this year I'm happy to be back in 2023. There's a lot of really good competition this year, it seems, and I'm really looking forward to it. I like it when there's more cars around because everybody gets more excited. It's nice that the T3 is becoming so competitive because it pushes you to be at a better level. You know, when you drive with faster drivers, you understand what can be done, and you have more rhythm and you have more motivation, and it's a good feeling. Hayel is one of the most popular locations in Saudi Arabia for rally. They had the first Hayel rally more than 15 years ago, I think. And the crowd here loves the races. You see them in the dunes, in the sand, everywhere in the open desert. You know, big groups gathering together and getting really excited about seeing us drive by. So I do love Hayel and the atmosphere that it creates for the rally, and it's good to be here. The best thing I love about rally, you explore. You're off-road, you are with the nature, you are in all of this untouched terrain. It's a privilege, and this sport is actually an excellent way to discover all of that. And what I've seen from Saudi is that you can have deserts and mountains and rocks and rivers. It's a magical atmosphere.
Prologues must never be taken lightly, and the national classes always give it their all. Sadly, Metab and Badr's racing world turned upside down. Thankfully, the drivers are okay, but the Nissan Patrol more than a little bruised. But with the help of the locals, they managed to finish the 4-kilometre prologue, but 22 minutes down. Ahmed Al-Shamari won the national class in Hayel last November. He's a local, a regular, one of the class favourites, third quickest today. Abdulaziz Al-Yesh losing out on the win by only 3 seconds. The circuit racer who switched to rallying, he threw it all at the course. Al-Ramali triumphant though, winning time for the 4 kilometres, 3 minutes 23.5. The national class, always the closest fought division. The first big test of Hayel 2023. Familiar terrain for some, but 230 kilometres to be mastered. It produced some amazing action to go with the views around Juba in the northwest of Hayel. Well, there was a party atmosphere before the start in this ancient city, but it was the young that were enjoying themselves the most. Getting close to the stars, they were having fun. Not so happy was Abdullah Al-Aisheh. It didn't look good for the day one winner. Battery problems in the prologue.
Martin, can you push me with the bike?
And more problems today. Luckily for him, Martin Chalmers helped him out. Worries remain though that he might not get going at refuelling. Luckily he did, and he went on to finish third. It's amazing what a bit of adrenaline can do. He was absolutely flying. Well, this part of the world is simply stunning, yet with all this space to play with, there was a bit of traffic congestion out on the course. 2 quads and 3 bikes, hunting space, a couple of minor tumbles, but soft landings thankfully. Arihani won the Toyota Saudi Championship on bikes in 2002. Terrific performance today, top 5 and flying once again. The usual mix of quads and bikes doing battle, all very closely matched in this terrain. Sultan Al-Balushi has won Rally Hayil twice before, back-to-back. He knows his brother wants to do the same, so motivation, I guess you might say, for the elder sibling. Fourth today. Abdullah Shati was runner-up last year and is getting used to that position. Riding the day with his MX Ride Dubai friends, he said he enjoyed himself, but he would have been happy with another 2.5 minutes. Someone else found that time. And that happened to be number 1 Mohammed Balushi. Won the day and is in control of Hayil 2023 going into tomorrow's final stage. He wants maximum points from this opening round in the battle to win the overall championship, something that slipped from his grasp last year. But he did win here in Hayil, remember, and is looking good once again. He leads by just under 5 minutes.
It caught me by surprise. By kilometer 16, I was leading and I did everything, all the job. And I was not ready for this, but managed to not make many mistakes. I'm here. I'm waiting now for the guys to arrive.
And all he's got to do is do it again. Remarkable rider. Destiny in his hands. Cristiano de Souda Batista came home on 3 wheels today. Right front axle broken on landing off a big dune. Wishbone, wheel, shock absorber, the missing ingredients to the final dish. Well, a tremendous battle raged all day between the 2 main rivals, Yashi Zaidan and Salah Abdullah Al-Saif. Running 3rd and 4th overall, but crucially battling for dominance in the T3 class. Both with local knowledge of the conditions, both very closely matched. It was natural that they found each other out on course and had a fight that lasted almost the entire stage. Zaidan won this particular battle, 3rd home on the day. And sure, Al-Saif may have lost the battle this time, but was delighted by the contest. He said, thank God we finished the first stage. It was difficult. Many different kinds of dunes we tried to push. I guess P2 in the class is pretty good. Our aim, of course, is to win the class on the final stage. We'll talk about a baptism of fire. Lukasz Kuszesza, a debutant on Rally Raid, and Krzysztof Holicic wished him well before the start. Well, they nearly ran out of luck today. A remarkable second place considering they got lost in the desert several times. They overtook Jacopini 3 times before an incident stopped their desert dance. Time lost by Holicic when he stopped to help a local driver was given back at the finish. So 2nd on the day and overall for the flying pole, but nothing he could do could match this man. Al-Attiyah was flying. He said it was the most relaxing high-speed day that he can remember.
Behind the dune to have a waypoint in 700 meters behind.
Comfortable at pace, you might say. NASA wins and, of course, leads.
I remember everything, and I told Matthew, and Matthew said yes, this was correct, where we pass, and it was really nice.
NASA in charge, winning today, leading by 6 minutes going into the final stage. Tell you what, let's meet the great man.
My name is Nasser Al-Attiyah. Now we are here in Hayil. I win 5 times and I compete 5 times. I like the people, really the hospitality is nice, here. Everybody want you to come and to drink coffee and tea and to eat, and but also the good memory, the terrain. I love the terrain here in Hayil. A lot of dunes, and it's really nice. I am engaged for this year Dakar, Baja World Cup, and cross-country world champion, and Middle East and Extreme E. And not only this one, also we have shooting, and I prepare for Olympic game 2024 for France, Paris. I love what I do. I will do it, because one day we cannot have this option. The secret, for off-kind this race is not only concentration and not only to be strong, not only to be fast. The secret, what you are prepared from behind before this event, I will say my secret, it's coming from the shooting, from pallet trap. To be strong in the mind and calm in same time is not easy. The feedback of shooting, I can control everything what happened, really I can see what around me. This is also, it's helped a lot. Even when Matthew, he said, Nasser, I am busy with the route book. You need to know where we are going because it's helped me a lot. Really hungry about the victory, and always when we compete, I need to win. This is the big point.
The national class. In terms of machinery, they're so closely matched, it really does come down to the drivers. Al-Shamari, third home, having shipped 11 minutes and 26 seconds in the dunes, happy with a podium, but determined to go strong tomorrow. Al-Ramli, winner yesterday, dropped a place to finish second. Same position overall, but a tough challenge, of course, from the new leader. Abdulaziz Al-Yaish, comfortably ahead, winning today, and now with a gap of over 9 minutes going into tomorrow's deciding run. The fastest stage of my whole life, he said. We pushed 100%, and of course we'll be doing exactly the same tomorrow. Gap at the top, 9 minutes and 12. Al-Yaish looking good. So just 1 day to go. It's going to be all or nothing over 184 kilometres. And so it came down to this. 184-kilometre run over spectacular dunes around Far Hanaya to the west of Ha'il. Titles to be decided, and of course bragging rights, if all goes well. The final stage of the Ha'il rally, the usual mix of dunes and flat-out pistes. Something the riders in particular simply love about the place, but everyone looked happy. Let's go to work. Abdulaziz Atli, leader of the quads battle at the start by 4 minutes, but suffered a navigation error. He looped back to make the waypoint and avoid an automatic 15-minute penalty. Still a lot of time lost, but would his diversion cost him the title? Haitham Al-Dwajiri was on his case and found Ahil on course. They rode home together, friends off the bike. They must have wondered who would triumph. In the end, it was the treble one who finished number one, Al-Dwajiri, winning the quads. Well, I didn't expect the win. I didn't mind if I finished first or second, to be honest. If I finished second, then Abdulaziz is first. My win is his win, and vice versa. Jonathan Thomas Finn had a dream day, followed all the right tracks and found some lines that had been set by Al-Attiyah, who stormed the field. This Canadian, former Moto3 junior champion though, well, just securing the stage win, nothing less, and finishes fifth overall. This only his second ever rally after Jeddah in December. Mohamed Balouchi, well, our rally winner, the secret is in the number. Mohamed Balouchi dominated Ha'il in November, and he's done it again. Back-to-back wins on this venue. Disappointing Dakar, of course, but he's now being able to push that behind him.
I'm so happy. I was survival mode in Dakar, and now back on the track. I'm really happy to be doing this still, and alhamdulillah.
Mohamed's fourth on the day, but he is our champion. Careful, sensible, he did the job. Alex McGuinness, runner-up on the final stage, his first career podium, a young man with a huge future. Let's meet him.
My name's Alex McGuinness. I'm 18 and I think I'm the youngest here. I started riding the bike because some of my friends from school were riding bikes. Then I just enjoyed the speed. Same with the rally now. I always like the fast stages. Yeah, there's a lot of people who ride into bikes, so the community is quite big, and then slowly move to the rally scene. When you're on the bike, you just you're so focused, especially in the fast stuff, that you don't think of anything else, I guess. Especially in Dubai, you have so much like freedom almost. In the dunes in Dubai, it's always like you can go anywhere. I guess the dream is to do this with like a proper team around and to make it a job, but it's still early days. Fuck, yeah, I realized that. My team is in Dubai. This is the wrong size as well. Motorzone, but now it's more Malay motor style. I'm doing all the work on the bike, but my mechanical skills are good, but if you, okay. But if you ask like some people who I ride with, like Maki and Brett, those guys, they'd say a different story. They don't trust me around the bike, but I figure it out. The long plan? There's no plan. But the short plan, hopefully to do Dakar in the next year or so, but it depends on sponsors and all this. But for the rest of the year, to finish the World Championship and try and fight for the Junior World Championship.
And 5.
Nasser Al-Attiyah came to High Hill Rally in supreme form. He won the regional stages here in the Dakar, and he felt he knew every dune. He blasted through the field of riders and cars and finished just before everybody. Remarkable. And he is.
I am really quite happy, you know. We need it, you know, before the big race in Abu Dhabi. Always I win, and even in Dakar, you know, I win all the stage, and it's good. I am happy, you know, what we did for this race. I think will help us. I hope next year will be only in High Hill.
When things go well in this sport, life is good. Just ask Case Colin. Electrical issues yesterday meant that he struggled, and today, issues totally resolved. The Baja-Bail team flew home to second on the stage, proving that without stage 1 issues, it could have been the T3 title. Well, that title was battled for royally. Yasser Zaidan began at the final stage with a narrow 51-second advantage. Sometimes the best form of defence, though, is attack, and he had no choice. The man chasing him hard was none other than dark horse racing star Salah Abdullah Al-Zaif. An amazing battle ensued. Al-Zaif began the stage chasing the leader and slowly gained time over the 184 kilometres. He found his rival, followed it home. In the end, Al-Zaif wins the T3 class by a margin of just 9 seconds. Thanks be to God, he says. I'm so happy. It's a very big win to be leading the Saudi Championship and the T3 World Cup. A great achievement. And of course, we've combined all of those championships with this result. At one point, Jeremy Varnier thought that he'd done enough. He led T4 this morning, and had a speeding investigation gone against Navarro, it could have been a different story. Second place in a class by a margin of just 57 seconds. It blows hot and cold in the desert. Just ask Paul Navarro. He monstered the course and thought he'd done enough to win the T4 class, but then a nervous wait ensued while speeds in restricted zones were checked. In the end, he was declared our winner for T4. Nasser Al-Attiyah in charge. The national class has been amazing here in High Hill. Local drivers determined to fly, and in more ways than one, as we've seen. Today's course held no fears for this field. Local knowledge perhaps. Metab Al-Qanoun had a wild day. In the prologue, of course, he looked like it was rally over. Well, he stormed back yesterday, and today he did precisely the same. Second in the finale, fifth in class. He'll be back. Two cars dominated the nationals. Al-Mashna Al-Ramli, who won the prologue and was always ready to pounce on Abdulaziz Al-Yaish, who won stage 1. But Abdul Al-Yaish was simply in charge, leading by 9.5 minutes at the start today. He extended his gap overall into High Hill.
Today the stage was really nice. It had a lot of bumps in the beginning. It shaked us a lot, and then we got the flats. We lied down. I kept flying. I never left. I never drive slow, although I'm giving 9 minutes, but I'm trying to compete with the factories.
And he did so well. The margin in the end, nearly 12.5 minutes. The High Hill Rally, always full of fun and drama, great racing, wonderful hosts. Rallying loves this place.